Good evening, folks. Welcome to another episode of Beer Rating with Sean Connors. As you can see, I have a new beer box. For any new viewers, basically I joined a beer club where every month they send me a dozen beer. It's normally 6 different beers, 2 of each, so me and my buddy James went halves. It's usually 3 different breweries, and each brewery supplies 2 beers. Not always the case, but that's usually the case. Previously, I used to get emails saying the package is on its way and this is what's in it. However, I haven't been getting that recently. So basically, I have no idea what's in it. So we'll crack it open and see what surprises we get. And also, it usually comes with a newsletter, which tells me a little bit about each beer at each brewery. And if it's a new brewery, usually I'll read it aloud as I'm having the beer. But it seems lately I'm getting beers from breweries I've already had. That's a newsletter. A newsletter also gives a little bit, did you know, kind of trivia type of thing. This one says, did you know? Although there is some debate over the true origin of the terms minding your P's and Q's, it is argued to have started in the pubs of yesteryear. Some claim the bartenders would keep a tab on the amounts of points and quarts consumed by their patrons. Point was shortened to P and quart became Q. Minding your P's and Q's was a way to keep track of how much money was owed, as well as a way to keep drinkers from overindulging. Mind your P's and Q's. Alright, so the first one I have is a dark lager out of Sudbury, Ontario. Bassin Dark Lager. And actually, what brewery is this? I'm trying to figure out here now. Stack Brewing Company. And this one is Imperial City Brewing Company, and this is Cerveza Mexican Lager. I think I've had a Mexican lager before, not 100% sure. And this is a Birch Pale Ale. Same brewery as this one. Another one from Imperial, a Milkshake IPA with mango, coconut, and vanilla. And I've never had a Milkshake IPA, so that one's kind of interests me. And this one is No Picnic, a dry hop pale ale with lactose. And finally we have Wind Up, a lagered ale with Pinot Noir wine. That doesn't really appeal to me. And these both are from Grand and Grit Limited out of Hamilton, Ontario. And then I still get the same 6 here. So these are 6 from my buddy James. I'll put those aside. Make sure he gets those. So now it comes to which one am I going to have. And honestly, there's nothing really that jumped out at me saying I want to drink this one or that one now. The Mexican lager got me kind of interested, but the Milkshake IPA even more so. So I think I'm going to try the Milkshake IPA. The Birch Ale and the Dark Ale. Not tonight. Now, some of these I probably won't do reviews on. I get 6 beer a month, and I might do 3 or 4 reviews a month. So we'll go from there. So this one, Imperial City Brew House Milkshake IPA with mango, coconut, and vanilla. 6.0% alcohol. Out of Sarnia, Ontario. So you're either reading this label to pretend you know your beer, or you're a bona fide beer snob. Either way, Imperial City Brew House has a beer for you. Proudly crafted, rigorously sampled by 4 friends who let passion pave the way to bring you the very best selection of deliciousness. And for the brewery itself, let's say Imperial City, it says, with humble beginnings, the team at ICBH started as a backyard passion. Matt Whitty, Mike Barker, Craig Brody, and Kyle Blanford started brewing on a wood-fired old-world brewing system. The day spent brewing and, of course, enjoying the finished product often included discussion about what their dream brewery would look like. Over time, this dream came together. Pen met paper, paper turned into hands-on labor. Their team, alongside the skilled tradespeople of Sarnia, built in what is now Imperial City Brewing House. The team adopted Sarnia's nickname of the Imperial City as a nod to Sarnia's regal history. They are honored to be part of Sarnia's growing history and proudly proclaim that Imperial City Brew House takes pride in providing the very best selection of premium craft beer. And as for the beer itself, it says a full-body hazy style beer with the character and taste of a juicy tropical ice cream shake. Select hops add to the final stage of the whirlpool for a very subtle hop profile complemented by tropical flavors of mango, coconut, and vanilla. Lactase sugar has been added for the sweet, smooth finish of an ice cream shake. A delightful, easy drinking summertime treat for any beer lover. And honestly, a milkshake IPA or milkshake beer, to me, It's kind of, I don't think something I'm going to enjoy. However, I've been pleasantly surprised more than once. So I've never had a milkshake beer. And honestly, to me, it sounds kind of icky. So I think a milkshake, I think of something thick, and obviously this doesn't seem to be any thicker than any regular beer I've ever had. So I honestly don't know why they consider it a milkshake. Alright, so it's an IPA, so we know it's going to be hoppy. And I can kind of smell the hoppiness. But I'm also getting an aroma of different fruits, and pretty sure it's tropical fruits. So they say mango, coconut, and vanilla. Alright, so it's pretty cloudy, so obviously it's unfiltered. It's almost like a golden brown, I would say. A little bit of head, and the head's not really white, it's a little bit off white. See how it tastes. It tastes very fruity and vanilla. I find a lot of beers with fruit tones and whatnot, a lot of times I really can't taste them that much. But that one, the first mouthful I tasted, it tastes tropical. And I guess that would be the coconut, vanilla, and mango. I don't know what to make of it, to tell you the truth. It's fruity. It's enjoyable. And honestly, if it's not as hoppy as regular IPAs, for me anyways, geez, I think if it was a blind taste test, I'd be kind of iffy about whether or not I'd be able to say right away that yes, I am indeed drinking a beer. I think with the aroma I could, but that's more enjoyable than I thought. Just trying to think rating wise, and while I'm thinking that, I'm also thinking, why do they call it milkshake? I just don't understand that, other than the lactose in it. Hey, but like once again, pleasantly surprised. Rating wise, my ratings are always out of 5, with 1 being a drain port. I'm literally going to pour it down the drain. It's that bad. 2 is I'm not a fan, but I don't want to waste it, so I'll finish it. 3 being a good beer, 4 being a very good beer, and a 5 would be the best beer I've ever had. And offhand, actually I have a rating in mind, but I don't want to say it quite yet because I want to take one more mouthful. I would give that one a strong 3.5. It's not quite a 4 for me. I don't mind IPAs in general. I'm learning to enjoy them more than I did previously. As I said, I'm pleasantly surprised. If I had to guesstimate my rating before even tasting it, just from the milkshake thing, I probably would have thought, yeah, maybe a 2 best. But that's actually quite enjoyable. I like the vanilla and the fruit flavor going on there. So, one more taste. And the fact that I'm tasting them that quickly tells you that I'm enjoying it. And so I think I'm confident giving that a strong 3.5, so that's between good and very good. And if I gave fraction ratings like 3.25, 3.75, that would probably go up to 3.75. But I kind of stick to full and half ratings. So here you go, folks, for the Imperial City Milkshake IPA with mango, coconut, and vanilla, 3.5. Hopefully you can join me sometime within the next week or so. We'll tackle another one of these, or maybe one of the ones from last month. Until next brew, as always, enjoy responsibly. Cheers.